Greetings! Hello. Welcome to actually fighting in Kislev. We have ourselves a defensive siege. That is where I left you, and so that is where we start. We start with our backs to the wall. If you guys watched my last failed strategy of Kislev, you will see I'm going to do the exact same thing. Because it works. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Right. Definitely need to win this. If we can win this and get these guys out of our hair, we're definitely a couple units short. I think we're one horse short. I think one of these dudes and a couple of archers, and it's gonna sting. Not gonna lie, it's gonna sting. And that's like a hard crash in FPS. Huh. What have you guys done, Creative Assembly? What have you done with your game that makes it run like hot doo-doo? Yep. Honestly. Like so. Well, hopefully we can get them to ignore this and we can just focus here. I've tried this before and it didn't work, but I'll try it again and see what happens. I could be surprised. I also could be sad. We're gonna find out now, aren't we? You guys aren't really gonna be useful. So you sit in the back, and we'll have you come up, if necessary, if you just sort of run at them, use your bodies to clog up their guns, kind of a tactic. So we're gonna try the 10k variant here instead of the 5k. That's basically the useful health. It gives you missile resistance if you dock up here, or like you're around here. It gives your unit a bunch of missile resistance, which is good, don't get me wrong. You know, you color me curious. Huh. You can dock on a wall that's kind of dog shit. So that goes to show you how programming is done, basically. Like, that's not a wall. That's not visually a wall, but graphically, it's a wall. Well, not graphically, not visually, but programmery it is. I actually don't know what the word is, but I think you guys get the gist. There should be some over here, maybe? There's generally, yeah, dockable walls, so that's got a bit more cover. You actually can see actual cover, but that actually doesn't matter. That's more of a visual thing. That doesn't always mean anything. I think we're gonna do basic towers. This could be a terrible idea, maybe wasting supply, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what they do. Now this dude should be, yeah, he should be pretty well upgraded there. I mean, it's not impossible for me to move a couple of them. No, we're gonna have you guys sit there just in case shit happens and they somehow squeeze through. They shouldn't be able to, but sometimes strange things happen. I think so, and actually keep you guys back about right there. Last thing I want is for them to be punching this wall and actually break through. If that's the case, then they're in top this point, and then it just goes south. That would be like, man, that'd be so bad. So bad. Go ahead and speed that up. You've lost stuff, you've lost things. I do find that to be a bit awkward, that like you take a gate as the offender and it's like, oh, you have a bunch of intensity, but I own everything else. I find that to be a bit funky. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to build this. See, the thing is it does a pretty good amount of damage in an AoE. So I don't know. Maybe this really is something you gotta wait for. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Horse. No, it's Mars. Marauder. Well, let's wait. What's the worst that could happen? I lose, right? I do kind of wish for the supply and how supply isn't super easy that some of these towers had a bit more health, but unfortunately that's also like a double-edged sword. It's like, be careful what you wish for. This dude is like, he's just not going to cut the mustard. This guy's going to be pretty strong, especially once he gets this thing actually going. So how this works, it takes them 45 seconds to start going through their phases. So after 45, 45, 90, 100, 165 seconds, then they go crazy. Which is where, like, you could make an argument to use these dudes. Like, in your own time, sweetheart. Start shooting. Anybody just start shooting. Come on now. Actually, could you guys hit him? If we can kill him, that'd be great. So he does provide the morale thing, encourage for morale. So it should be like Lord nearby. Yeah, Lord nearby, +8. Maybe we can get him through this skinny right here. Specifically to charge. So how are we doing? It's actually doing really well. So let's actually get these guys in here and scream. Just to see how they're blinking. That means they got the Urson's roar. Huh. It's actually not going to apply. It doesn't last long enough. You need to be shooting. Why isn't this working? Shoot. Shoot, dummy. The fuck? Are you like pretending to be blind as shit? Because this dude's shooting just fine. So is the other guy. They're all shooting just fine. You're being a doofus. Stop, stupid. Don't be a doofus. Can we have you shoot that maybe? And then I don't think we're getting another tier 4 tower. Yeah, I don't know if that did much. Where do you shoot me, dude? I need you to hit your shot. Oh, come on. Don't be dumb, guys. Like, it doesn't kill them, but I did knock a bunch of my dudes down. Which means they're not fighting. So I'm good to fill in a couple of towers there as soon as they're leaving. Yeah, this is dead, so we do need to make sure. Charge them up. So these Zargard, man, they fight so well. Like, look how well they fight, man. It's just absolutely impressive. I love them. See, that was good. Nice shot right in the center of them. A couple of seconds here up to the snuff. Alright. That's not useful. Should be able to shoot over here. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't... It matters, but it's... What else am I going to use a supply on? I have nothing else I can build, other than maybe, like, a wall there. But that's not going to do anything, because there's still 2 entrances in here, so it's not useful. It's one of the things I found with sieges that are a bit weird. It's like, you would want to hold them here, but if you lose this point, it also hurts this point, and it sort of has this weird dominance effect. And maybe it's designed like that, because these towers really do carry sieges nowadays. So now we're running out of stick shots. You guys need to fall back. If we fall back, okay, good. We're starting to get a lot more broken. Broken is good. We want them to be as broken as possible.
Whatever Urson asks.
Try to get you guys moderately. So this charge actually does something, or you can just derp out. That works too. So apparently the units that were up front were actually the ones supposed to be in the back. That's acceptable. charges are weird, man. Like, that was a nice charge right into their center, and it basically just did nothing. And now you guys are getting your ass kicked because you're shitty-ass horse cavalry. So swing your swords. So this is the problem. You see how they're on phase 2, so they get 10% physical resistance. The next one is 5 plus 5 and 5. 10. Which is substantial. Like that does actually matter. That actually does. Who cares if you guys die? Get in there. The rest of you guys kind of spaghetti on in there. What a crap. You just hit your friend in the ass. Dingbat. So 6 units, they actually die, so let's sort of like that. Huh, you guys haven't shot? Well, go. Have you come over here? I actually want you to I have a feeling you guys are going to be getting your chevrons for a while. I ain't done getting chevrons just yet. Still 12 units alive. Do I have anything in reserve? So we're starting to slowly but surely inch our nose above water here with this. It should start ticking over quite a bit more here in a little bit, but you never know. Need you guys to actually stop like melee fighting. Okay, now you can pull forward.
Sons of Kislev! Patriot! March for Kislev!
So those idiots have fled, but they're fine. Well, they'll live. They're not fine. They'll live. How about that? Yeah, so if we would have had some of these points before you get the victory screen, you want to make sure you build as many towers as possible. But unfortunately, that was pretty close to the old wire there, so we didn't get a whole lot done. Yeah, I believe it. Pyrrhic victory. But I can't run anybody down because my crappy-ass horse cavalry ran away. This is such a shit unit, man. This horse cavalry. I get it, this is like monsters and demons in Warhammer, but boy does horse cavalry just suck. Bretonnians are okay. Like, they get with it. The rest of the humans, I have not seen anything that justifies their price point. And that often includes Catalan's army as well. I think we'll take the money. The devotion is crap. And so we did quite a bit of damage to him, so that's good. He's gonna now raid us, which is like really annoying.
Tsarina Catherine of Kislev.
I only got a +5 for that.
No!
I don't think sitting inside the settlement's a good idea. So this does stagger my plans. I was kind of hoping to get into their face. Yeah, I kind of thought grabbing money would be a good idea. I had assumed we had enough growth there, I wasn't quite sure when I was taking that option. That's okay, I guess. Could I do something a bit better? Let's see, Prague. Streltsy, I'm not using them. That's helpful, but that's such a minuscule thing. Leadership for Zargar does make sense, because what you research actually should apply to your Tor Invocation of the Motherland.
Your
What the
Tsarina
hell does
looks
Tor
after
do?
you.
It was damage, right? Yeah, this thing. When fighting a battle. See, the thing is Salyak has the casualty replenishment rate, which should also apply here. And then, yeah, not much going on. How much money do we need? 51. How much devotion to? That gives me devotion too, so that takes 25 turns to break even. Leadership upkeep and provides garrison, so that actually might be the better thing to do, and it also makes the 2 ice guard I have in my army slightly cheaper. I went for the economic
Our
route instead
common
of
cause shall benefit.
nice. I went for the economic route. What are you happy about? Historical war with Clan Mulder.
The ice court.
Okay.
The Tsarina.
Faction destroyed. Oh, see you later, Imperial Wardens.
Ice Queen.
Right, Ariel. Let's give you Biting Wind. Your husbando. You want it to be. There you go. There's that. Katerin having all these things, that's fine by me. Unfortunately, when you're a hero, the Lord Destruction. I can't get Katerin killed. That's like really bad.
Bite.
Do not have a Chaos Boom Boom machine. Okay, it doesn't. Spheric Victory, my balls. This should be a pretty easy defensive situation where we just shoot into them. And I'm also thinking of getting rid of the cavalry. I don't know how much more useful they're going to be. Don't know. A second army would be desirable, but I need to secure the secondary providence from the Ropsman clan. If I can accomplish that, then that would be good. What is up with the start of the battle? See, then like the FPS shoots up through the roof. Huh. That's different. Something with the patch went tits up. Tits up! Hey look! A frozen windmill, because I bet that works real well. I'd be really hard pressed to believe that you could grow wheat in these fields, but I ain't a farmer. Oh hey, a mine. Now that makes sense in the frozen tundra. But you can't eat ore. Unless you're an ogre. Ogres can eat anything, including rocks, that are valuable. That they probably shouldn't eat.
Land is power. Obey the orthodoxy.
Yeah, like terrain-wise, we're really not winning here. This actually makes more sense. Can I just kind of save formation? Loosely plop you guys there. Cool. You two definitely can't be left on your own. You're valuable. You're actually not replaceable. This thing have the ice court.
Ours is the immortal kingdom.
Can we like
These
run over
others
here
are
while
but
they play
insects to Kislev.
Screwball? Yeah, I think we can. I think we can actually manage this. Meow meow. Here's a single entity, so you go up first. Alright, Katerin. Time to go give him a kiss. Nice kiss.
It is my
These
path.
have marauders, right? Well, yeah, they're not anything
The
special.
Frostbringer.
Marauders are actually crap. Chaos Marauders. Norscan Marauders are good because they have the rage mechanic. For some reason, Chaos Marauders are the same unit. Don't get
Leading us
that.
on.
It's like one of those things like, what were you guys thinking? And those green lines that you guys can see, that's telling me where she needs to be and to be able to cast that range.
The frost are mine. Tsarina advancing. The queen marches.
Just a 10
Call
voice,
the
that's pretty
breeze.
good. Oh, hello there.
Repositioning. Ice guard. Purge them.
Is that really worth the magic? Yeah, it is.
I am the blizzard.
Slow down, assholes. Shoot them. Instantly done. It's not gonna do speed. I want to say they have a base of like 80 speed. You just cut that in half between the ice shot. So that's what this is frostbite, and then the spell, which is now
Ice
gone.
queen.
Preview.
I go.
And yes, I could use her, however she has directional spells, and the AI will dodge that unless they're in melee. If they're in melee, then they'll stand there and take it because they're already engaged and it's harder for them to disengage.
Tsarina advancing.
But an instant to cast spell like this, much more powerful.
Absolute power.
as you can tell, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and mostly just knocks them down. And it also provides them with frostbite, so it kind of really fits into her thing. She makes these people much cheaper who also have frost shot, and she's a frost mage, and she's actually pretty good at it. Frost magic isn't like super strong by any stretch of the imagination, but it does have a pretty good effect. Shit's point. You guys just stop playing setup and just charge at me like idiots. They're actually being smart, and they're trying to just walk to me. Which is why I have Katarina out here throwing smack from the cheap seats, essentially.
Spreading hoarfrost. Greatest of witches! The queen marches.
I already have victory in my grasp, I guess. Yeah, they really can't touch me.
Make haste. Catherine, move.
And this is why I gave her upgraded magic, because not only is this one wind of magic, well, it's a couple winds of magic cheaper whether I cast it normally or overcast.
Very well.
It's also got a shorter cooldown, so I can use this more often. So that's like really important. Which reason why you have a bunch of winds of magic, you just come over here and just keep casting shit. This is free damage. They've done 0, I haven't killed anything because this is a very crap killing spell.
Queen marches.
That sucks. Please don't do that. No, it's rude.
Bold
So he's a
breeze.
metal mage.
Kislev, supreme
Means he can
leader.
return fire.
Leading us on. Sarina advancing. Ice guard. Indeed. It is so.
Also, she has this little thing, this hex thing around her, so if we get close and drop that, that's pretty. It's just a little bit longer. So where are you guys going to concentrate on?
Bold breeze.
And this is pretty much how you play Katarina. This is kind of how she's designed to work.
Acceptable. I am the blizzard.
And you just run away because she has higher speed than they'll ever have.
Repositioning.
Especially when they're frozen like
Catherine
this.
moving.
Obey the orthodoxy! Finland!
Gives you something to do.
Sarina Catherine. Absolute power.
You can't constantly cast spells over one another, they'll actually stop
Queen
them.
marches.
Get in there, Tucker. This is your job.
By the orthodoxy!
I'm trying to basically kite them and make them. Yeah, no, we'll save it actually. Meow Mex, go bite that wizard. So you maybe quit. Too much damage. There's army losses. I think we'll just maintain location. What the hell? He must have got one smack off on her. Yeah, you're good. You're good. What do you guys shoot right there? There's nobody there. Tucker doesn't have his heal yet. It's just a baby. Alright, that's pretty much that. I guess I could do this. Let's be honest, it doesn't matter though. This is pretty much the only real use for cavalry. Like, this is what horse cavalry is good for. Did you win the battle? Cool, now you can use your cavalry. it's just, yeah. It's like, you see that they're okay, you know. So it's like, I don't know, I might just throw him away and put in another Ice Maiden. 'Cause usually you only need one Frost Maiden of Tempest. Because Kislev has access to 2 Lords of Magic. They have Tempest Ice Magic, and then they have Ice Magic. Yeah, I didn't make this up. You'd think Tempest is like more in the like arid stuff, but they are like shooting icicles from the sky, so I mean, Tempest sounds like lightning, but I'm not casting lightning magic, I'm casting just a different form of ice. But it's also Kislev, and Kislev's magic is tied to land. Which that game rule doesn't exist here, because it would be absolute bullshit. You go down to the Empire, none of your magic would work. Unless it was winter. So something akin to that. Which, you know, ooh. So if you fight real
Summary execution.
oh shit. You can do another right, but you need to keep doing this. Then keep
Sarina Catherine of
Come around?
The Tsarina.
Maybe. then, I don't know.
A gift
cost
from
is
Kislev's great
get
gods.
Person's Roar, which then Patriarchs can choose between one of these. Vigor loss reduction is nice, but it's not that useful. Melee attack, I'm not doing that. I am going to need single target healing. Well, healing, just... He shouts around him and does like a little prayer around him, which is where you use your heroes to walk up in front and get the crap beat out of them. And then you heal the damage.
Approach and make your offer, that I make no promises to my ascent.
You don't know anybody here, do you? Oh, he actually doesn't mind the idea. Right, you hate me because of trespassing. That makes sense. No reason to do that. Trade?
Celestial blacksmith.
Know
Zal,
that
come on,
I
buddy.
expect
How
my
much do you want
every
for this?
utterance.
Bruh. Let's go upgraded, so... Might actually keep this building. It's expensive, I ain't gonna lie. It is kind of the bad thing about having this thing up first, is farms provide money. This is the plus farm income money, but it's only local regions. So really to like maximize farms, which is good because you get growth. So you get $100, and then it's plus 50%, so you get $150. I think that's how that works out. You also get some other goodies. It's actually better to do this, this, and then that. Those are the 3 buildings that you actually want. So you get your devotion shit. You get a whole crap ton of patriarchs. So as soon as you get this building, you get +1 capacity. So that means everywhere that there is a patriarch building, you can recruit more patriarchs, which is good. And then money is good. And the +7% is from the markets that are in the 3 major cities of quote-unquote Kislev altogether, which is here, Prague, and then where's the water? Grad's right there. Has she lost anything?
A blade dance.
How is your war with the rats going? You're losing because you're crap.
Kneel
Ding
to
Dong is
Orson.
ahead of me because he gets AI cheats, but I'm much stronger than him. I could declare war and kill Castalton, but there kind of isn't a reason to.
Aye,
Just
I'll have your words before you take my ale.
I mean, I just kind of wanted to trade their Grumpy Panda. He likes the Robsman clan, so he's gonna hate me. And then I walk on top of their land, so you're gonna hate that too. That makes sense. It's pretty interesting though that Kislev, as a subgroup of humans, has a neutral disposition towards dwarves.
Harmony above all.
Not entirely sure why. Maybe that's like a Cathay thing where they like humans, something like that. You get an affinity of +10.
What gossip
I
from
don't
your
have an
end?
affinity. I don't have an affinity with my own people. And what that is there's sort of like the concept of civil war, essentially, is what's going on between the two Kislevite factions. Castalton, which is the great crazy religion, which is like a bunch of psychotic fanatics, and then the mage people, who aren't supposed to actually be religious, but I think that's more for a game balance thing. The Ice Court Katerin can recruit patriarchs, which isn't necessarily too, like, how shall I say, impossible, because Katerin's father ended up creating the Great Orthodoxy, if I'm not mistaken. Do I have that one guy available? Okay. So he is something I can call on when I need to.
Defy chaos.
I might actually just recruit him, which will not cost me anything, and then disband him. So that way I just get 1,000 gold. And go ahead and give that to Tucker. He gets the Relic Sword, so he hits a little harder. So this thing, it sounds good, but all that does is it just makes your magic go higher. So army stance, local winds, province, and you see how that says +11? Well, why is that? It's because there's tempestuous winds, and that item gives me 8% when I'm increasing my winds of magic. It's not that useful, because once you hit 100%, that's it, you're done. So she's unbreakable, so that's kind of whatever. And then she has corruption, that's fucking garbage trades.
Kislev
What it? Ice Queen. Then he was like leadership, right? Yeah, melee defense one of my own territory, which is doesn't help when you're on the offense. Corruption, so that's whatever, and then Unbreakable doesn't really matter, and then she has another form of corruption. Well, I never have to take that in my tree, which Katerin also has anti-corruption. Yeah, she gets -6, so that's -14.
One land. Frostfang's bite.
The fuck? Lords aren't supposed to get Lords aren't supposed to get experience. But for some strange reason, I don't know if it's intended or if it's just a bug. Maybe it's because these kinds of lords don't actually get points. I don't really know how that works. Because rebels aren't factions, they have to take something to get a faction, but Chaos Rebels don't take things, they just blow shit up and then they disappear. So, I don't know.
Ice Queen. For the people.
That's fine, these are all shooty-shoot troops. Yep, that'll do. You guys slow down.
Katerin moving.
This down so I can cast a spell.
Repositioning.
Oh yeah, she's got this thing too. Now I've got a bounce ball to use against people. I'll probably dodge that, but I'll try. Where's the dogs? Oh, there they are.
Follow the free.
Bring up Ariel. Maybe she can drop some smack
Follow
down.
the frost.
You guys are gonna be
Seeking
stupid. I'll
opportunity.
take advantage of that. Now they're
Daughter of
oh, no, they're
fire.
still walking. Yeah, see, that's the problem. They always dodge. So you gotta have them locked up in melee, and then spells like that work, which this is called a wind. This is a wind spell. See, wind, and then that is a bombardment. Because you're bombing them. It's quite literally getting an ice cloud to shoot ice metal. Which is very similar to that spell. It's basically a copy pasta. Katerin might take a hit. That should help her with some. And that's the passive ability called Frost Shield. So every time she casts a spell, that'll tick. Unless you cast too many spells from the floor of magic, then it'll just refresh the duration. I think. Yeah, you guys are pretty much out of something to do right now. You pretty much have nothing to do, because your whole job is just to heal these people if they do get like hurt. To shoot the wizard. Because you can actually launch a spell at me. Stop shooting your own person. What the hell? Just got shot by a stray arrow. Go ahead and give him the curse. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes on him. Oh, he must have cast a spell on him, but didn't actually kill him. Just speed that up. Bam, right in his ass. So that way we get the battle loot kill for Vashnir Plagueis. Huh. He must be a Nurgle-aligned Chaos person, and I wonder if they'll actually implement that once Chaos Warriors are actually playable. Such as Archeon. I wonder if they keep Sigvald because he's very Slaneshi, and then Kolek Sun Eater, which actually he does make sense as a Chaos Warrior, because he doesn't really have a god alignment.
The Tsarina
Whatever,
is
one devotion ain't gonna do damn thing, so he should be like dead, right? No? Oh, okay. Ooh, construction time. That's really helpful. I can get buildings up faster.
Tsarina Katerin of
Get your heal. And then, yep, keep going down Biting Wind, because the other spells are pretty...
They are one people.
Nothing. What? Why is that so expensive?
Defy chaos.
Maybe it's because my territory grew.
Kislev
Here,
never
let me guess, 400
falters.
people dead? Nobody actually got hurt. Calling me surprised.
They are not barbarians. Ice Queen of Kislev.
How close can I get with 25% movement range. He's right on top of the bridge. Let's see if it lets me do it. Alright, I'm gonna pretend to hide. He'll probably see me because we're pretty close, but if I like walk towards him, he's gonna look at this and like, oh, I can't kill Katerin, so I'm just gonna leave. And I don't want that. I actually just want to kill him. I want to whoop his ass and then move on. Hopefully these dudes will want peace, because I actually do not want to be fighting in this Civil War bullshit. What the fuck are you doing here? Numbnuts, you best get your ball and go home. I'm gonna actually take the devotion. I already got one of these dudes.
I will make it so.
So this is what's gonna happen. He's gonna see this fight and be like, oh, I can't win, so he'll get to run away. And then he'll be right out of my catch range. That's a kick in the dickus. Probably. Actually, no, we're actually gonna be able to pursue him, so we got pretty lucky there. I'll fight this manually, just because there's an enemy army of the Kislevite dude. And this is to basically, well, it's one, it's to give difficulty for the player, and two, it's to signify that there's a civil war going on in Kislev. Which is where the historical relations problem comes in. So historically speaking, the Ropsman clan and Kastaltin don't like the Ice Court, and then the two Ice Court people, which is the Tsarina, who owns Erengrad, and Katerin don't like Kastaltin. So if you play Kastaltin, Katerin's gonna fucking hate you. And it's to sort of give a concept of difficulty, but they decided to not make it an actual civil war, because normally when you make an actual civil war in this, once war is declared, they hate you because you're at war, and then you fight each other, and then you hate one another more, and then like your relations just become ridiculous. Usually forcing peace is to ignore one another for a really long time, so there's no additional penalties for killing one another. It'd be like military actions against me. There's like that negative for diplomacy. Whoops, the fuck did I do there? And for anybody who's wondering, because I'm playing on Legendary, I don't get a battle map. I also don't get the ability to free roll. On normal difficulty, or should I say not battle realism mode, you can run around all the time and you get this. On Legendary, it locks in battle realism mode, which... what do I do with these idiots? You just sit back there. Might actually use the cavalry here. But this cheesy style of play of just sitting back and let them walk right into my trap, because they can't, they only have an 80 range. They can't trade with me effectively. These hunters, 90 range. They're really strong though, and they shoot big ass javelins at people. Come here, numbnuts. I should have killed you in my defense, but it didn't work out.
Yes!
It's one of those things where there's no reason to cast magic until they get into shooting range. Because stopping them from being shot doesn't help me, it's stopping them while they're being shot. That's what helps. Come on, what's going on here? So this guy's got an arrow thing and he's being shot currently.
The Queen abides! Katerin moving!
That'll do.
Absolute power! Spreading horror!
Go ahead and give that guy a curse.
Ursun! Saliak! Dodge!
So he's a large target. Let's have actually just assign right there, everybody there. And drop the hate.
Glory!
So she's winding up a spell. See how that cancels? This is kind of how most humans play. Dwarves are very similar too. They have gunpowder units, so they just sit back and shoot shit. So I don't actually have to kill him. I do want to kill him though. There you go, thank you. And the next thing is I actually won't use the cavalry because I want this battle to go on as long as possible. No, I changed my mind. I will chase stun one set of units. So I want an extra heal so that way Katerin and everybody else here in the picture. Tucker took a couple hits. It's just a flesh wound. Katerin got punched pretty hard. That's okay though, this can make her okay. So this gives Dot 8 amount of health, which is whatever the hell based off of the max health. So it should be pretty close to healing her. Oh, almost. We're in friendly territory. I actually don't want to do that. Having her full health post battle isn't going to matter that much. Easy peasy. And if I were to be like playing the Empire like Karl Franz or whatever, I would be doing the exact same strategy. A bunch of archers shooting the shit out of him. It's just so much better to do that.
demands their
Okay,
heads.
he's dead. And so how that works is, ooh, good, that's really, really good, is because I chased him once and then I defeated his army, that counts as his death. Whether I kill him in the battle or not actually is irrelevant. I just killed him in the battle because you guessed it, money.
A tool to keep chaos
Have a control
at bay.
problem.
Unleash
Try to fight me, dude.
Kislev's wrath.
You may be at 100%, but I'm at like 99.5. Kill you. I actually have a real army. Except for these pieces of shit. That's 200 gold. You know what?
I
I'm
question
not
their
using that
loyalty
unit.
to
Might as well
Kislev.
make them go away. Grab something that's actually useful. One archer is like half the cost.
If
What are you
this is
doing? Why are you walking in my lands? You're a greenskin. You could hop over there. I don't know. Maybe killing them. Like, I'm not opposed to it, but this territory that they have isn't all that useful. I wouldn't mind grabbing the whole thing, but that's a whole lot of time that Katarin's off here dicking around when she needs to be kind of dealing with this stuff in the base strategy. Nothing else really to do. Let's go ahead and check
So-
trade.
you have the honor
He'll trade and
of
pay.
me, Buggy.
Jesus, thank
To
you.
war.
Alright, next turn we're going to start pumping out furs out of the capital, which we're going to use those to sell. See, he looks at my battle, and they do like an auto-resolve thing. They use this bar to do their calculations to find out whether or not they can kill you. And he can't, so... I could click this button and tell him to get the hell F off my lands, but it just doesn't do anything. It gives them a couple turns to get off my lands, and then I can declare war on them, but I don't actually want to go to war with them. Stretch a little thin. I'm going to take that bonus. Do I want to run up here? Kind of want to force march, but that's really risky. Because if you get caught in force march, you can't run away. You have to stand and fight.
For the
Gonna
love
be
of
nice? No? Alright, then whoop your ass. The game may say that you're stronger than me, but we both know the truth. Doesn't help much. I do want little Groms, though. So let's take a look here. What am I building? I honestly don't need this building anymore. I don't really see a reason to get that when I can just have the bear building. That gives me 10% less growth, and also gives me an elemental bear inside there, plus something that actually gives me money. How much money do I have? Not much, but this will shoot up my economic ability. Honestly, I'll probably be making too many furs to sell. Go ahead and do that, and once I have money. And I could throw this away and build what? That does appeal to me. That does help me with income. So does this thing. Gives me money in the local region, which the region and the province are the same thing because there's only one area here. Income from all buildings local province doesn't actually matter because there's not multiple cities here. Which I think is a really awkward way to do Kislev. Like, I get it, but it's also strange. But then it gives the three major cities inside Kislev as a nation like a whole lot more sustenance. Yeah, he's whooping my cheeks. So gaining character rank when constructing a building. Tor is fighting battles. However, I don't have a high amount of campaign movement range, so fighting shit tons of battles 2, 4. But he's never gonna fight me unless I ambush him. This is occupying a settlement is 5. So I'd have to occupy 3 settlements to try to get this. But the big thing is this right here. You get a forced Confederate. I don't like that. I hate having shit forced on me. I want to choose when it's right. And there's no option to do that. But once he beats you, then you can use these options to push his supporters down. You basically buy them. You can use the coin to buy them, or you can use the amount of devotion you have, which we're currently a little starved, but we need to do an invocation in order to get a reason to get supporters. Well, we're constructing quite a bit of crap. Let's take a think here. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. So that's like 5 people. Plus it helps my economic thing. So I think we'll actually do DAWs. And that is when constructing. That should be when you finish. So I might actually blow that up. Could put that in there, but that doesn't help much. This would actually be a little bit more economically viable. And there's no reason to put these in here, and I do like Zargard, but there's not much of a reason to build Zargard. For one, I pay full price for them, so they're just inherently more expensive, but really I think the best thing to do for Katerin is because she gets these at half price. It's not reflected here, but all armies I get 15% reduction on upkeep that I have to pay them every turn. Then 50% because I'm playing Katerin if they're in her army, plus the 15% I get in Quartermaster. Yeah, 9% plus 8% is math is hard. 17, 50, 15. Yeah, so the Ice Guard like get down to I'm paying like 27% of their normal upkeep, something like that. It's like a 60-something% reduction. And upkeep reduction is accumulative, not multiplicative, so 50 plus 15 is 65%, not whatever 15% of 50% is. Or half of like 16%, which would be 8.
They invite death.
You gonna walk inside your settlement? Hi, would you like to fuck off? No. Okay then. So yeah. I'm gonna spread your cheeks, little guy. So there's no incentive for him to let him get this. That just makes the battle harder. I get nothing for it. Well, maybe some more battle loot, but I don't really care about that.
This welcome call.
And we'll get a technology, so the end turn, if I don't get attacked, I'll be able to attack him without researching a technology, so maybe the 2 heroes might get the student thingy, which helps me research a bit faster, which actually does nothing until you have enough research addition to actually shave the turn off. Yeah, I forgot I was giving that. So that'll make my defenses better, I think. That would probably be what I want to go for. I really do want that.
The Tsarina.
Right, they're gonna get mad at me because of my devotion as well. Because I didn't get an invocation. And like once you get into the latter part of the game, you're just through the roof with like how much devotion you have and stuff. You go absolutely buck wild. You'll be sitting on like 500 devotion, 400. Once you start owning a bunch of crap and you have a bunch of buildings that give it to you passively. In the early game, of course, you're starved for everything. You hardly have enough money to keep an army afloat. I could get another lord to like run around and be like this little goon squad, but I don't. Why? Just what is that gonna do for me? Alright. This is a multi-layered city, so this is actually hard for me to shoot into. What is the most accessible location? I actually think it's out here. Try to get them all right there and just shoot the shit out of them. I don't think that'll actually happen though. I actually, almost to the point, know that that won't happen. They're not going to stand all in one location. And because this is Kislev and their basic troop is these archers, this is going to be kind of annoying. but it will be doable. I guarantee that.
Sons of Kislev!
Right, I got rid of the horse. I was looking for the cavalry. I'm like, where'd they go? Did they die already? Like, that's just how incredibly uninteresting cavalry is. Horse
Leading
cavalry.
us on.
Monster cavalry, now that's cool. Horse cavalry, not so much. I actually like the snow leopards. They're not great by any stretch of the imagination, but they do get some tankiness to them. That's actually not a that's not a spell. That's whatever special thing Katerin has is because of sort of a thing.
Absolute power!
Launch some shit at them. Here's a bunch of crappy horses. Okay, let's go ahead and get you guys moved in here.
Kislev sends us forth!
Guess the cat could go stand on a point, but he doesn't have a whole. Meow Meow doesn't have the greatest amount of capture power, so I don't really think that that does much good.
Go with honor.
It is done! Follow the bear!
Something like that.
Comrades of the bear!
Farina
Katerin
Katerin!
has the best magic to use.
The frost!
Chilling.
Armor!
And if we get into some trading, that should lock them into fighting me. So I can try to do this, but there's a bit of a time, there's like 4 or 5 seconds before that comes down. See how they scatter? So that's like, her magic is only good if you're actually in melee. Which, that's what these guys are going to do. They're going to get the shit kicked out of them, but they'll still serve their purpose. Yeah, and they're spread out. Because this is a minor siege, killing them would be faster than trying to take every single location. Because in trying to stand and capture all these locations to get them to quit that way, it's just it's not going to cut the mustard. Just methodically, slowly push forward.
Kislev supreme leader!
I set up the bounce off the wall there. See how it kind of got all goofy right there. So it did hit the wall and it came back just a very touch, just like the tip of the spell. Katerin in
The
front,
queen
walk
marches!
up. Quite.
Repositioning!
With reverence!
Center.
Frost maiden!
Shit shot at her, which is kind of funny. She never breaks, but she also has this unbreakable thing, so it's kind of bizarre. When they get the unbreakable trade, it's not a trade that you want. It's just pointless. You already have that, but now you really have it. You extra double have
For the fatherland!
it. Counter charge. Now the reason why he can multi-click is because he counts as those are instant spells. One that have a charge up time, those are the ones that you can't just constantly click on.
I am the leader!
I won't kill too many of them, but it will knock a bunch of them down, which is what we want.
The people's ruler!
See, this is like the problem is you beat them, but that you have to kill every single one of them because they have the whole unbreakable by blood crap going on. Gregor, you should take in peace, bud. This ain't gonna work well for you. You're gonna die. Yeah, see, now we're getting the shit shot out of us, so we have to start moving up some of our troops and just keep pushing our momentum. Like, these dudes are dead. Like, they're never coming back, but we have to shoot them to kill. So such.
The frost bringer!
Cat's doing really well. Just leadership mostly. The charge bonus is pretty cool. It's cool if you put them on a horse. Put a couple patriarchs on a horse army. Like, that works out with Urchin's Roar, but that's not what makes patriarchs great. It's the healing. Because you have no access to healing. That's Kislev. So she's invoking her gods. That's what that's screaming. Those are the gods of Kislev.
Defenders of Kislev! With honor! Indeed! Lend this power!
You stand over there, so you can't shoot that way. problem is we both match each other, so it's like once I walk in, they shoot me first because they already have the defensive position.
Armored Cossars!
I start the engagement on not on that range defeat. This is where Ariel comes in. So see how these guys are already in a melee with me? They're not actually gonna move. They're just gonna stand there and take it because I've already engaged them. So that's where Tempest magic is great. Once you've engaged a troop, they'll stay there. Then you can shoot the shit out of them. But if they're just standing around, they'll actually like see that coming, which is good. Like I think that's good AI programming.
Kislevites moving!
Have you guys start to slowly but surely move in.
Hearts of ice! Moving! March with pride!
So, you guys stand there. I guess we'll have some people crossing each other, which is really bad.
Attack Tommy!
You guys are out of ammo, so get the hell in there. Shoot your shot, boys.
I am the squad. Kislev City. The
Guess you could
power
just
of
do this.
winter.
You basically are bombing myself, which is fine.
Maiden.
The damage I'll take from this is like pretty negligible. It's an AoE spell, so it's not really designed to take out single targets, because obviously if this guy just stands here in a deactivated mode, I could bomb his ass to oblivion, but that doesn't do anything. Like one ice ball hits him, it's just kind of over.
Hussars! Anything for Kislev! Taking point!
Kislevites moving! Taking points!
Frost Maiden.
Nah. Go ahead. Finger up the trigger there.
Excellent!
Honestly, having you guys come up here
Kislev's
hitting me doesn't
vengeance!
do much. This shit's so annoying. Unbreakable, 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 unbreakable. Makes these Kislev sieges, man, much longer than they need to be. So now we're out of healing. So she's hit her healing cap. So even if I had multiple patriarchs, I couldn't get that last sliver of health there. About your time to shine, ladies.
The motherland's
Seriously?
finest!
Okay, you three.
Sons of Kislev!
See if we can't put you in about right there. We actually may end up running out of arrows.
Frost Maiden.
So efficiency with magic is probably going to be necessary. Yeah. And this is less and less looking very palpable. We are winning, slowly but surely.
Defenders of
It
Kislev!
doesn't matter what you do, I don't care if you run
Taking
away.
position!
And what that is I think it's 20% if you win, 10% of a unit left if you lose.
Taking position!
Those are your goals when it comes to killing somebody. You don't actually have to kill every single last person. If you do, you get more economic incentive for it.
Maiden of Ice.
Yeah, these guys are getting trapped by like towers and shit. Where are you holding? I need to take that point. If I can stand on that point, that'll give us a large amount of breathing room.
Armored Cossars!
Hussars! The motherland's
Problem with mass things like that is to stand on top of each other like dummies, and they're like, well, I can't shoot. Well, I can't shoot, but you can't shoot. I can't shoot, but you can't shoot. We can't shoot. Why can't we shoot? We can't shoot. We can't shoot. It's just, they just stand on top of each other like morons. So you have to move them off of one another, because then they'll obstruct each other by standing inside each other. Like what's going on in this giant blob. See how this guy just can't shoot all the way. This unit, instead come up this way.
Obey the orthodoxy!
But then if they're standing inside one another, they get tripped up even more.
annihilate them!
Ice Guard. Retribution. Yes.
All melee troops off defensive
Lord of
mode.
Ice. Sarina Katari.
It's fine, you guys are winning. The rest of this is just trading.
Yes.
Trading arrows! I think that does a little bit more. The cool thing about the cat too is it also causes fears, so there is a small amount of leadership shock, which doesn't really matter when a unit gets leadership shocked, it goes into unbreakable, so you know, then they kind of fight to the death. But it is an option. Where did the hero go? Well, it doesn't matter. Once we take the city, he dies. Should we have her go over there? Yeah.
My duty.
I actually think you need to leave. We'll put you down there.
Frost Maiden.
for a run back over that way.
The Ice Queen.
Do any fighting, do so on the pad. You guys have no power. That might have just been the army masses. Nope, not quite. Getting there.
Armored Cossars!
Lost Maiden. Led by Ryan. Queen. Bring them down.
Now that they're slowed the shit out of, she walks up, pretends to attack them, and then run away.
Storm's decree.
Will you be able to? If you could do that, that'd
I
be great.
am the storm.
I don't know where you need to go, though. Now she's tired.
Patreon!
For the people.
Have you guys chased them off?
Follow the bear.
Ice Guard.
Should be pretty close to finishing the win here.
Sarina Catherine.
Very close to die. Is
Hussars!
good.
Wolf-tough Kislevites!
Let's have you turn to attack. Not forgetting anybody. Yep.
Lost
You can
Maiden.
move up.
The motherland's finest!
So you guys can shoot that dude.
Armored Cossars!
Just keep chasing him around.
Hussars! Kislev's vengeance!
Sarina Catherine. Spreading horse.
Have them come back down this way. Oh, how would you just show up out of nowhere?
Defenders
Kind of
of
sucks.
Kislev!
Okay, everybody here. Come over there and kill him.
I am
You
the
should
storm.
be able to. Nope, they're moving. How have we not won yet? We've absolutely decimated them.
I am their doom.
The motherland's finest.
So we basically have lost a few things here, but we haven't lost anything we can again.
Obey the orthodoxy!
That's essentially what's happening.
Land is power. Make war.
Hussars!
Army losses? Yes.
Go with honor!
Everybody just leave. You're done, right? Yes.
Power!
Fix this. Just everybody get the fuck out.
Supreme leader.
We win. We just have to wait. See, there it is. Once their stupid unbreakable thingy goes away, then we're good. Everybody can go back trying to kill this dude. Let's not kill my cat. No, Tucker, you're good, bud. Yeah, I'm actually not seeing anything.
For the motherland. Absolute power.
We just run out here like idiots. Stupid spaghetti line. I just want to kill him because I want the money, because I'm gonna need it. Yeah, once the ice guard starts shooting him, then it's okay. How can you guys not kill him? Just kill the guy. He's even slowed from the wounds mechanic. Like, God bless. Whatever. Embarrassment. That's where having a small target is beneficial. This is where unit size sucks. Because if you're too big, something like that, you'll get your ass focused down and they'll shoot the shit out of you and turn you into a pincushion. But if you're small, a bunch of the arrows actually won't hit the model. They'll get really close, but they actually won't kill him. And that's really what you need. You want the death. He needs to die. He's not. Pyrrhic victory. And then -2 to supporters, because I'm killing Kislev. Becoming supporters of its cause. Which sucks. And then we're gonna just
My
peacefully
frozen
occupy it. I don't want any more
kingdom
revolts. I've had
expands.
enough of wasting my time. I need
Sarina
forward progress.
Catherine of Kislev.
And you guessed it, ladies and gentle pigs, that is an autosave, and we're at an hour, so that means episode 2 is done. We have an okay amount of money. See how we're actually getting some good trade value out of that? So with the trade partners that we have, we're actually able to sell off our furs. We currently have 20 of them. They're worth 10. We're selling 100% of that. That means $200. Which is one of the reasons why I held off on some of my trade agreements. Because I wanted to make sure I was getting Cathay. Because they have a pretty low chance of actually dying. So the more we can trade with them, the better. However, the problem being too many trade partners. You actually can't trade with Thorgrim here.
City commander.
Which means you could go to people who are crap. Like this dude who pretty much will have nothing unless I gift this to him. Which I may do. Because I actually don't want this Providence. I prefer to go south, not north. Demons bad. Demons are sort of an unending war. But we will find out our next course of action, which is pretty much just come over here and take this. And then hopefully this dude will want peace. Yeah, he wants peace now because I killed his army. He doesn't have any strength to me. So you take a look at that. His relative faction strength. He has nothing. I'm much stronger than him. About twice as strong as him because I killed his army. He has an army somewhere else. But I don't know where. Must be in here. Yeah, he'll recruit an army before you know it. Oh, we're getting hit by Skaven corruption. And he passively gets chaos corruption because when this place was destroyed hundreds of years ago, Prague was blown up by, they had a chaos incursion come in here. And Prague has never been able to scrub the corruption clean, so they get a very small amount of chaos corruption here, which hurts. Like, it hurts your growth. So what is he getting from that? Yeah. Negative control and negative growth. Negative control. So that's that. This is our generic Kislev campaign where we're actually shooting for success instead of wacky ass ideas, because I actually don't think you can do this strategy anymore. I believe Danny too strong. He got the boof, he got the buff, and he hits pretty hard. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. I love y'all. Bye bye.